Deep in Iran's Zagros Mountains, purported secret tunnels carve a path beyond American and Israeli reach. At the same time, Tehran signs a $25 billion nuclear pact with Moscow. And now a warning. Inspections could end if UN sanctions return. Iran's nuclear gamble is back at the heart of a global showdown. Iran is reportedly pressing ahead with construction at a little-known underground complex, months after US and Israeli airstrikes crippled its main nuclear facilities. Satellite imagery reviewed by The Washington Post and independent analysts purportedly shows steady activity at Kue Kolan Gaz La, known as Pickaxe Mountain, located near Natanz. Analysts say the tunnels, dug deep into the Zagros Mountains, appear to extend between 260 and 330 feet below ground, deeper than Fordow, which was struck by US Earth-penetrating bombs. The International Atomic Energy Agency has never inspected the site, and Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi said Tehran rebuffed his questions earlier this year. Joseph Rogers of the Center for Strategic and International Studies noted that dump trucks and heavy equipment point to continued tunneling.
The presence of dump trucks, trailers, and other heavy equipment indicates continued construction and expansion of the underground facility.
Sarah Burkhardt of the Institute for Science and International Security observed that one tunnel entrance has been reinforced and partially buried, a method intended to harden it against potential airstrikes.
The reason for covering the tunnel entrance is to harden it against airstrikes, making it more difficult to collapse the entrance. The fact they're continuing to build this is significant.
A White House official, speaking anonymously, said the administration is monitoring the site closely and emphasized President Trump's pledge never to allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon.
The administration will continue to monitor any attempt by Iran to rebuild its nuclear program. As President Trump has said, he will never allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon.
The purpose of the facility remains uncertain, with suspicions ranging from secure uranium storage to future enrichment activities. Iran has meanwhile signed a $25 billion agreement with Russia's state nuclear corporation, Rosatom, to expand its civilian nuclear power capacity. The deal, reported by Iran's state news agency, IRNA, covers the construction of 4 nuclear power plants in Iran. Rosatom confirmed separately that a memorandum of understanding was signed this week in Moscow, focusing on small nuclear power plants. The move comes as Tehran deepens its long-standing nuclear partnership with Moscow. Russia previously built Iran's first and only operational nuclear power station at Bushehr, which came online in 2010. Unlike Iran's uranium enrichment facilities, Bushehr has not been considered a major proliferation concern. It operates on Russian-supplied fuel, which is returned to Russia for processing. Behruz Kamalvandi, spokesperson for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, described the latest agreement as part of a broader strategy to expand nuclear cooperation. Speaking at the Atom Expo in Moscow, he noted that the Iranian delegation, led by agency chief Mohammad Eslami, sought both to outline Iran's policy and to secure new projects with Russian partners. Kamalvandi emphasized that negotiations included plans for 4 new units in southern Iran, each with a capacity of 1,200 megawatts, totaling nearly 5,000 megawatts.
This trip was multi-purpose. Not only did it include attending this important international summit, as well as Eslami's speech to elaborate on the country's policies, it also included pursuing relations with Russia in various fields of nuclear cooperation. Negotiations and agreements were made, especially in the area of building power plants larger than Bushehr, with a capacity of 2,200 megawatts, which includes a total of 4 units with a capacity of nearly 5,000 megawatts in the south of the country.
The deal was announced during World Atom Week, marking the 80th anniversary of Russia's nuclear industry. President Vladimir Putin and International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Grossi both attended the event, underscoring its global significance. Iran has warned it will halt international weapons inspections if United Nations sanctions suspended under the 2015 nuclear deal are reimposed. The warning came from Ali Larijani, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, in an interview with PBS Frontline in Tehran. He said that enforcement of the so-called snapback mechanism would end cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency.
We have pursued every option and mechanism available for solving this conflict in a peaceful way. I don't have any specific information to share. In my opinion, Iran's nuclear program can never be destroyed, because once you have discovered a technology, they can't take the discovery away. It's as if you are the inventor of some machine, and the machine is stolen from you. You can still make it again.
Access for inspectors has already been uncertain since the US-Israeli bombing campaign in June, which targeted Iranian nuclear and energy sites. A 30-day deadline for reimposing sanctions is due to expire this weekend. Larijani, newly appointed to lead nuclear negotiations by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, told Frontline that Iran had explored peaceful options to resolve the conflict but would not surrender to pressure. He declined to provide details on the damage to nuclear facilities, but emphasized that Iran's nuclear program could not be erased because scientific knowledge cannot be destroyed once acquired.
That they understand we are deserving of the same human rights which they proclaim for themselves. That they should act with justice and morals. Their behaviors will cause the world to descend into chaos, and that affects them negatively as well. The American people did not wish to elect people who will send their soldiers to the grave. They should act correctly and desire for others what they want for themselves.
He also dismissed speculation about renewed activity at an underground site near Natanz, saying those facilities could continue or be shut down in the future. Larijani insisted that Iran does not seek nuclear weapons, but argued that recent strikes had undermined any prospect of meaningful talks.